It's a good Friday ng hapon, 1:42 PM. So habang papunta tayong Fatima, case discussion naman tayo. I noticed kasi yung last case discussion ko, episode 10, last November 2025 pa na-upload yon. Maybe it's about time to share another case. So, case discussion tayo, episode 11. Let me share a case of a 28-year-old female. Ang history niya, 1 month history of right upper quadrant pain with associated radiation sa right flanks. So initially, she was assessed to have a symptomatic gallbladder stones. However, on initial workup, ultrasound revealed a cystic lesion located in the right upper quadrant. So, CT scan of the abdomen was done. It showed a septated cystic lesion measuring around 6 by 10 by 12 centimeters, intimately related to the third portion of the duodenum. By the way, just a short review. The duodenum is divided into 4 portions. D1, which is the duodenal bulb after the pylorus. Then there's the D2 portion where the ampulla of Vater is located. D3, then D4, which is punta ng ligament of Christ. So by CT scan, the cystic lesion was located in the right upper quadrant and intimately related to the third portion of the duodenum. Further description of the lesion, it was described to have a good pain sa adjacent structures like the liver, right kidneys, and the hepatic structure of the transverse colon. So mukhang separate yung cystic lesion. Basta dikit siya sa third portion of the duodenum. Now, to further describe the lesion, contrast-enhanced MRCT was also requested, which revealed the same cystic lesion. Yung size lang is around siguro 5.3 by 10.5 by 11 or something like that. Almost similar naman with the size of the CT scan findings. The only difference is the cystic lesion was described to be intimately related sa periampullary area or second portion of the duodenum. It's possibly connected or may connection with the ampulla or something like that. No other findings seen naman. So we're presented with the case of a septated cystic lesion sa area ng right upper quadrant. By imaging, ang differential diagnosis are: 1, it could be a enteric duplication cyst. It could be a cystic lesion of the pancreas. It can be a serous cyst or mucinous cyst of the pancreas. Another differential would be a mesenteric cyst. But ako, personally, when I saw the patient and the images, aside from those mentioned, one differential diagnosis would be a retroperitoneal lymphangioma. It can be a lymphangioma coming from the duodenum or coming from the pancreas. Why? Because 5 years ago or 5 to 6 years ago, I had a similar case, very similar case. So yung case na yon, 5 years ago, 45-year-old female naman yon, presenting also with a right upper quadrant pain. Ultrasound also showed a cystic lesion sa right upper quadrant, and both CT scan and MRCT also revealed a cystic lesion. Mas malaki lang yon, around 15 by 17 centimeters ang size. Very similar cystic lesion, intimately related to the second portion of the duodenum. So, very similar cystic lesion, no? In fact, itong cystic lesion na to cannot be separated or walang delineation from the duodenum and pancreatic head. Now, this patient, itong patient ko 5 years ago. So, same differential diagnosis, duplication cyst, mesenteric cyst, mucinous cyst of the pancreas, and lymphangioma rin ang ini-detect. So, looking at the case reports, if you read on such conditions, ang definitive procedure is always resection of the cyst, complete resection. Now, itong case ko, 45-year-old female, since intimately related siya sa duodenum and pancreatic head, she underwent exploratory laparotomy. And intraoperatively, it was found out that the cystic lesion was adherent to the duodenum and pancreatic head. So she underwent pancreatical duodenectomy or Whipple procedure. Whipple procedure, it's a major kind of surgical procedure na being offered to patients with periampillary lesions. Usually, ang indication is carcinoma. However, for cases like cystic lesions na like this one, ginagawa rin ng Whipples. Why? Because wala kasing ibang way of removing that cyst. And basically, the Whipple procedure was created because yung blood supply ng duodenum and pancreatic head cannot be separated. Every time I describe the procedure to a patient, I always tell them that it's a major kind of surgical procedure. In fact, it's like 4 major surgeries combined into one. You remove part of the stomach, you remove the duodenum and pancreatic head, you also remove the gallbladder and portion of the extrahepatic biliary tree para lang ma-remove yung lesion in the periampillary region. Since you remove those structures, of course, you need to do reconstruction. Like it's composed of several anastomosis, including pancreatico-jejunostomy, hepatico-jejunostomy, and gastrojejunostomy. But you also create a jejuno-jejunostomy, so 4 anastomosis. So, ganun ka-major ang Whipple procedure. Since it's a major procedure, it comes with risk of developing several morbidities. Pwede ka magkaroon ng pancreatico-jejunostomy leak or hepatico-jejunostomy leak or any kind of leak dun sa mga anastomosis mo. Pero ang pinaka dinedread ng surgeon is yung pancreatic leak. Going back to my own case, the histopathology report of that case turned out to be a pancreatic lymphangioma, which is a rare condition. In fact, for that case, we were able to publish the case report. Now, for our new case, very similar ang kanyang cystic lesion. And since it's intimately related to the periampillary region, ang ino-offer namin is exploratory laparotomy, possible pancreatico duodenectomy. So we explained the condition to the patient. We also explained the procedure and possible complications. He consented naman. Ang nakadagdag lang sa dilemma dito sa case ng 28-year-old female, her religion is she's a Jehovah's Witness. She will not consent for blood transfusion. If you read on literature, for Jehovah's Witness patients undergoing major surgery, there's a role for giving troponin alpha prior to surgery. May mga ways on how to give it, like you give it once a week for 4 weeks prior to surgery, may certain computation ng kanyang dose. It can also be given for 10 consecutive days prior to surgery following the recommended computation of the dose. Pero giving epoetin alpha comes also with risk, like pwede kang magkaroon ng hypercoagulable state. So just to be sure, we refer the patient to a hematologist who eventually suggested there's no need for the administration of epoetin alpha. So we prepare the patient for surgery, exploratory laparotomy, possible pancreaticoduodenectomy. Ito na ngayon ang findings during exploration. We identified the retroperitoneal cyst sa right upper quadrant. Intimately related siya sa D2 and D3 portion of the duodenum. But we were able to excise the cyst separate from those structures. O diba? So, different itong case namin with my previous case. Now, for this case, totally separate siya from the duodenum. We encountered a little bit of serosal tear in the third portion of the duodenum, but no perforation. So we just did repair of the serosal tear using silk sutures. Grossly, the cyst was separate from the duodenum and other structures. We just did exploratory laparotomy and excision of retroperitoneal cyst. We did not proceed with Whipple procedure. And the final histopathology report turned out to be a retroperitoneal cyst. Ang dilemma, they cannot really differentiate if it's a case of a duplication cyst or lymphangioma. The histological description was a cystic lesion but devoid of lining. Kaya siguro hindi nila ma-differentiate kung ano siyang cyst. Because if it's a duplication cyst is a rare congenital malformation na pwedeng mag-occur anywhere in the gastrointestinal tract. Anyway, if it's a duplication cyst, it should have a mucosal lining. Now, comparing it with the lymphangioma, dapat naman ang lymphangioma may endothelial lining, and yung wall is usually a fibromuscular wall. Same with the duplication cyst, may mucosal lining and may smooth muscle na na-identify sa wall. Anyway, so yun yung case. We just did excision of the retroperitoneal cyst, and yung histopath cannot really differentiate if it's a duplication cyst or lymphangioma. Patient tolerated the procedure well naman and recovered na siya. At least no malignant cells or hindi siya malignant city. So that's the case for today. Initially we thought it was a difficult case that needs a major type of surgery. Turned out to be a simple case of a retroperitoneal cyst that only needs excision. That's the case for today. I hope you learned something new. Dito na ako sa Fatima. Rounds lang ako. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching.